Rookie Trae Young is quickly taking the NBA by storm. The 22-year-old basketball star has been playing for the Atlantic Hawks for the last couple of years and was drafted just back in 2018. Now, he's already breaking records.
Violence will solve nothing. As the Chinese say, all great battles are won without fighting.
That's why we're breaking down Trae Young's most savage moments. Number 6. Foundation. Double drag. As the old cliche goes, the NBA is a copycat league. Most teams run variations of the same offensive sets. Still, some teams are associated with certain sequences. The Rockets use an array of high pick and rolls and dribble handoffs from the wing to get their guards attacking downhill. The Golden State Warriors rip teams apart from the post, but in a non-traditional way. They use the post as a passing hub, rather than the bump and grinding style we saw in the 80s. With Young at the controls, the Hawks have one particular set their staple: double drag. The moment Young crosses half court, his big men will station themselves above the three-point line, while the wings chill in the corners. As Young dribbles off the screens, one of the bigs will dive to the rim, while the other will pop out for a three-point opportunity. Young's ability to pull off from the logo puts pressure on his defender to stay with him over both screens. If he falls behind Young at all, one of the big man defenders will be forced to help until the guard can recover. That either frees the spacing big man for a wide-open three, or gives the rolling big man a head of steam down the lane. The latter happens in this example against the Houston Rockets. The set isn't complex, but Young makes it nearly impossible to defend. He's so dangerous as a shooter, defenses have to extend themselves to take away that threat. But asking defenses to cover that much ground leaves them prone to mistakes. When those mistakes happen, Young uses those 5 tools in his passing kit to make them pay. Number 5. Lobs. Young's soft touch isn't limited to his jump shot. His passing accuracy rivals elite quarterbacks. He routinely puts the right amount of sauce in his dishes to make them sure they're catchable for his guys. During All-Star Weekend, Young revealed that lobs are his favorite pass to throw. This shouldn't shock you, but he especially enjoys connecting with big man John Collins. "I got a teammate that can go get whatever I throw to him," Young told one reporter. It's great having a teammate like him. It's hard to overstate Young's accuracy on these passes and the myriad of ways he pulls them off. He can convert two-handed tosses from a standstill or on the move. If he's short on space or feeling a little fancy, he unleashes a scoop lob to get the job done. If Young is this era's Nash, Collins is a Amir Stoudemire. As of March 27th, Young and Collins have connected on 32 alley-oops. Only 3 duos, headlined by the James Harden-Clint Capella pairing with 85, have been more prolific this season. Overall, Young has completed 64 alley-oops, the second most in the NBA, behind Harden, who has 99. Number 4. Pocket passes. While lobs are Young's preferred weapons of choice, he understands he can't use them all the time. Some centers hang back deep in the paint to take lobs away. It's what's known as drop coverage. Other times, the big man defender will defend the screen so high that Young isn't able to turn the corner and create a 2-on-1 situation to throw his lob. But Young counters either decision by unleashing a bounce pass to the big man to give him a runway. He's able to thread the needle with traditional two-handed pocket passes, but can also rifle one-handed passes into tight areas, even with his offhand. Timing is key to these passes. Throwing the ball too early gives a defender a chance to ready himself for the big man's role, but throwing it too late can make the catch tougher for the cutter. This sequence showcases the idea of balance. Young makes a dish before Rudy Gay can show too high on the screen and close the window for the bounce pass. At the same time, Collins is ready for it and has the space to step through, gather, and finish before Gay recovers, or DeMar DeRozan rotates. Making the catch and attack sequence as clean as possible is the goal, and it's one of Young's collection of pocket passes achieved with regularity. Number 3. Wraparounds. Young uses these when he gets downhill, but can't sneak in a lob or pocket pass. When those passes are taken away, Young will drive deep into the paint to draw the big man defender. Young isn't a Curry or Nash-level finisher at the ring yet, 52.5% on 345 attempts. But he's good enough where the defensive big man has to help to prevent an uncontested layup. Except, that's exactly what Young wants. In those situations, Young loves to sling passes around the back of the defender to his rolling big. As you'll notice, he doesn't fire the pass until the second defender is completely out of position to recover. Young's main objective when getting downhill is forcing the help defender to commit to him. If there are 2 players defending the ball, an offensive player is roaming free somewhere, and Young can find him. With the aid of his scoring reputation, Young has proven to be good enough to force extra help. That allows him to use the vision and pinpoint accuracy needed to thread the needle in close confines. Number 2. Corner skips. These aren't just the most impressive passes in Young's arsenal, they're also the most important. In today's NBA, being able to manipulate the help defender on the opposite side of the court is a crucial skill. It's also half the battle. Recognizing that the defender is cheating off his man to take away the roller is one thing. Consistently being able to take advantage of that defender being out of position is another. That's what separates good playmakers from elite ones. Already, Young is an elite one, in a class with Harden and LeBron James when it comes to zip and accuracy on skip passes despite being smaller than both. Young can thread the needle with either hand. Young doesn't read his own defender, he reads the man in the corner. As he attacks the basket, he's watching to see how far the help will come. If the corner defender takes more than 2 steps towards the middle, Young will sling a dart across the court, trusting that the opponent won't be able to turn and recover. That speaks to the fear Young strikes in defenses already. Teams play him aggressively at the point of attack to take away the 3-ball, even with his passing skill. In doing so, the big man defender has to walk the tightrope between cutting off a Young drive and making sure the roller doesn't sneak behind him. To help him, the corner defender is forced to slide to the middle because they know that Young can fit the ball in virtually any window if the big man even appears to be open. All that does, though, is open up corner 3 opportunities. Amazingly, Young actually leads the league in assists on corner 3s with 96. That's 18 more than Harden and 20 more than fellow rookie Luka Doncic. Number 1. Behind the back passes. These are the tools Young uses when all others fail. These passes are stylish by nature, but they also serve a tactical purpose. If teams effectively trap Young in double drag sets or otherwise, they ensure he can't see over defenders, unlike taller playmakers such as Harden or James. To combat these scenarios, Young must use behind the back passes. Teams have been swarming to Young more in an effort to get the ball out of his hands and take precious seconds off the shot clock by forcing him to retreat. But when Young uses a behind the back pass, he keeps the offense flowing while giving his team a 4-3 advantage. That's how Dedmon ended up wide open despite the Knicks containing Young's penetration. Those are the 5 basics Young uses to pick defenses apart, and he's adding more advanced gadgets to the collection. No-look passes aren't challenging to him anymore. He tried to bounce pass alley-oop in one actual game, and completed one off the backboard in another. He's thrown 65 foot bombs. He's faked behind the back passes to keep his dribble alive. But like all the other great passers before him, Young is as selfless as he is effective. He doesn't pound the ball into the dirt hunting for assists. He keeps the chain moving, and that gnashing ability to empower his teammates makes them all threats. With the way he bends defenses with his shooting and carves them apart with his passing, he's on track to be the type of player who leads his team to an elite offensive, no matter who else is on the floor. Let us know in the comments what you think Trae Young's most savage moment was from the last few seasons, and where you think he's headed in the future. As always, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss out on any new content. This has been Trae Young's most savage moments.